Musketeers, and you can't play Giant Beatdown, so what is Wings going to play?
I think his next in line...
Well, here we are. We're jumping into game one. Craaaap is going to be in red, Wings in blue. Thinking about their opening plays, and looks like an early Ice Spirit's going to come through and cycling log. So, okay, early on, if these players don't like their opening hand, they're trying to find the cheapest possible card to play and just get it out of their hand to get to the cards they do want to play, which is why we saw the Ice Spirit and the log just trade.
Yeah. I think Wings probably thought about it too late because he could have just locked the Ice Spirit.
Yeah, it came down just a little undersized. Tesla Tower comes down for Wings, pulling it to the middle. What kind of deck is this? So the Tesla Tower is going to pull the Hog Rider and take it out, and then go back into its little hidey hole.
This could be Expo minus Pump. This is actually one of my favorite decks in the metagame currently is the Expo Pump Tesla, but with no Pump, Wings probably just replaced it with something else and kept the Tesla in there, so we'll see.
All right. Well, Princess is always going to be played down that same side. It forces the logs out on the Princess, and more importantly, is it provides this ranged attack support for the Hog Rider. It's sitting there just shooting over and over again. Ooh, and there goes the Expo. It's going to shoot down the Princess. There's no Giant on the field, so Wings' Expo locks on, and Craaaap just has to rocket it down. Does take a few hundred points of damage, and well played comes out for Craaaap.
Yeah, he knows that he has to get... Now he has to keep in cycle with the Expo.
Yeah, so now he's got to keep up. So we saw Expo and Rocket come out side by side. Whoever has the faster cycle could really help here. It looks like Wings' deck might be a little cheaper. 2-cost Ice Golem, probably 1-cost Ice Spirit, 3-cost Mega Minion or Archers, then he's like pretty much back to the Expo that he's trying to play.
Yeah, and Craaaap might have a little bit of difficulty keeping up with this because he has to get the Hog Rider in to apply pressure to make sure that Expo doesn't come down, but Wings also has the Tesla on defense against that Hog Rider, so Craaaap has to be really careful.
Craaaap, I don't think he's just now got back to it. And the Ice Golem does buy enough time, though. The Ice Golem absorbs plenty of shots. The downside, though, is to look at the Elixir advantage. Wings is slightly ahead. 3 Elixir is going to completely, it's going to build up for him. If he can parlay that into another good Expo quickly, that could be the one that locks on and does significant damage to the tower. Oh, oops! He didn't mean to hit the King Tower, but I guess you're right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's got Expo.
Yeah, so he's not actually going to be crossing the bridge and getting too close to the King's Tower, so it may not matter too much there.
Yeah, so the Expo's going to come down here. We might see the Rocket. There's the Rocket from Craaaap. Is it going to clip anything? No, misses the Archers and Mega Minion. Expo gets a couple chip shots in. Nothing too crazy. But even despite getting a little bit of chip shots, then we keep talking about the Expo as if the Expo is sort of the king thing going on here. There's the damage. I mean, Craaaap has the damage lead right now by about 200 damage. Yeah, and he's been rocketing. So I think he's had a couple good Hog connections where the Expo comes down, Wings, Craaaap takes down the Expo, and then is able to go in aggressively with the Hog Rider. And you can tell that Wings really wants to cake tear the Princess. He's either logging it or fireballing it every single time it comes out. He's not really entertaining it for long periods of time. Yeah, I think Craaaap is looking to play defensively here first and then just slowly go with the Hog Rider. He's not going to look to build a big Hog Rider push with Ice Golem, Bads, Princess behind supporting. He's just going to slowly kind of try to get the Hog Rider into the tower and maybe get some cheap damage in. The downside is every time he plays those Princesses and get it logged away, that's a negative Elixir trade for him. It's a 2-cost log taking out a 3-cost Princess. He's falling a little behind every time that happens, but I think he's making up for it with these defenses, right? Like they're trading back and forth. No one's really getting a huge lead on either side. Yeah, so another log comes up from Wings. Craaaap leaking a little bit of Elixir. And double Elixir, you have to be careful with how much Elixir you leak, especially in a cycling matchup right here. Craaaap is not really leaking Elixir at all, and I think it's starting to come back and turn this game around for him because he's not taking that much damage, and he's slowly getting like one hog hit in there and here and again. He's logging that side as much as possible just to do 100 damage at a time for each log. And if it gets down, as we mentioned in the other matches, if it gets down to like within 2 rocket ranges or just 1 rocket range, he can do it and just take it out. Yeah, and I think Wings might start to Fireball cycle here as well. We just saw a lone Fireball go onto the tower. Princess is going to come down here in the center, which might be good log value here for Wings to be able to just kind of take out the Princess and get tower damage. Yeah, the Princess is not going to end up locking onto the tower at all, but it does get a little bit out of the Expo. Now we might have to see that Rocket come out again. Ice Golem comes down to block. Yep, Rocket takes it out. And then he's using that opportunity to Fireball, but he misses the tower! Missed the tower. The angry phase comes down from Wings. He knows he messed up. I wonder if it was one of those times where you know how you place the card down and you lift your finger and it just kind of moves because your finger drags up when you lift it. Yeah. I always hate when I play tournaments right after eating buffalo wings because then it's just you got sauce all over your fingers. It's hard to make the placements. We've all been there. Been there, done that.
So for Craaaap, I think what he's looking to do is try to get maybe like 3 more logs. Like even that, like logging an Ice Spirit, totally fine. Because if you can get that thing down to 493 or less, Rocket automatically wins the game for you. But only a minute left in overtime. This game could go to a draw.
Yeah, Expo goes down in the center. Craaaap might be opted to, there's the Rocket onto the Expo. He's making sure Expo does connect for a little bit of damage.
Ooh, wow.
Bats come in for defense right there. Very close. If those archers locked on, that might have been the difference.
He needs 2 more logs. You're noticing Craaaap is playing the cheapest possible cycle. He's like Ice Golem, Bats, Log, Ice Spirit over and over and over. He's playing the exact same cards and then only rocketing when he really needs to. I don't know about that mini P.E.K.K.A. That's kind of a questionable one because now the Expo's locked on. He's going to try to rocket it, but it's not enough.
Wow.
And Wings turns it around and takes that game. So patient.
Ooh, wow.
We're going to game 2.
Here we go.
Both players hitting 10 elixir and looking like happy to hold up for a little bit. Okay, Craaaap puts the goblins down and they are logged away. I don't think that log's gonna reach the tower though.
Nope.
This is really common early on. Both players like to sit at 10 elixir. In pro level gameplay, they're looking at their hand and they're going, you know, I don't really want to make a decision until I see what my opponent's doing. You know, so both of them sort of sat there at 10 elixir for a few seconds. When they realized neither was gonna make a play, Wings and Craaaap both decided just to put a safe little Ice Golem in the back.
Yeah, you can see they're both playing really cheap cards. Wings just opts to Fireball right there. Inferno Dragon coming out, so this might be an aggressive push coming in from Craaaap.
Inferno Dragon heats up very quickly, finishes off the Mega Minion, then turns the Ice Golem. It's going to burn that thing up before it gets too close to the tower. And now Hog Rider has an Inferno Dragon support, but that Tesla Tower is going to take it out, and I don't think the Inferno Dragon is going to kill much anything.
No, so I think Wings is going to have that Expo deck. It's looking like he's playing the same deck, but Craaaap might have the Mega Knight.
Good point. If this is a Mega Knight Hog Rider deck like we saw Music Master play, Mega Knight is an incredibly strong counter to Expo. You can play it right in front. It's about the same cost as an Expo. It has tons of health, and it'll leap over any defenders and squish the Expo and whatever's in front of it.
Yeah, and if Craaaap has a Poison in his deck instead of Fireball, because his deck runs Fireball or Poison, Poison will be more effective in this matchup.
Yeah. So we'll see. Could also be something like Miner instead. We haven't necessarily seen the Mega Knight, and earlier we did see Craaaap play this deck, but with 3 Musketeers, right? It looked like it was a Mega Knight, but it was 3 Musketeers, so we'll see. The nice thing, though, that if you're Craaaap, the Tesla Tower is not like a hard counter. Yeah, you play 4-cost Hog Rider, but he's playing a 4-cost Tesla. It's not a positive elixir trade.
It's not like Tornado or Cannon.
Yeah, he's not like getting ahead on elixir every time he plays it. It's just an even trade.
And Wings is actually mistiming his logs. They're not. The log isn't
hitting the tower.
Hitting chip damage.
He's playing safer. He doesn't want to accidentally miss the log. I think if you're playing Expo too, you're not so worried about it because if you win because Expo locks on for like 1,000 damage, right? Like, so the individual log bits don't matter maybe as much in this deck as they do in a lot of other decks like Spellbait.
Yeah. The log goes in on the left-hand side, takes down the goblins. That one clipped the tower. So Wings slowly trying to chip away. Might be seeing a little bit of an Expo push on this left-hand side. Wings is trying to build up to it. He's trying to get the tanks, the units, and support down for that Expo. Leaks a little bit of elixir. Plays Tesla. Craaaap might be able to bypass the Tesla in that position.
Yes, he is. So he's played it jumping over the road. The Hog Rider's going to lock it right on, and it gets through. Oh, it gets frozen just for a second, but it does manage to get a swing onto the tower, dropping it down to 1646 after the poison wears off, and that leads to a damage advantage for Craaaap.
That's one thing about the Tesla. It has a 2x2 place instead of a 3x3, and being able to put that in the center, it's easily bypassable with the Hog Rider. That Mega Knight just got eaten alive.
It was the Mega Minion up in the sky that chopped it through. He's trying to put the poison down, but the Expo's locked on. It does a little bit of health, and woo, Craaaap lets out a big exhale as he realized he was able to take that thing down and survive. Little bit of an elixir lead for Wings, so he's going to go right back into the Expo. Inferno Dragon locks on, and that's got to hurt because Inferno Dragon, A, costs way less, and B, burns that thing down very quickly.
Yeah, it's like the Inferno Tower. It just destroys Expo if you can get it down at the right moment.
Expo's a very fragile building. It costs 6, but doesn't have that many hit points at all, which is why you have to play it safely on your side of the board.
And Inferno Dragon going in the back. Wings just looking to cycle as many cards as he can to try to get a defense built up. That Tesla's off place to the left. Craaaap opts to go in with the Hog Rider here. I think this Hog will get taken down.
I agree. The question is, like, what is he going to do about the Ice or the Inferno Dragon, which seems to be consistently a problem. Now that Inferno Dragon and Hog Rider are out of cycle, though, here comes the Expo. Now, Mega Minion, or Mega Mega Knight is blocking the path, and it's actually going to connect with the Expo and start squishing in half. Fist Pump comes out for Craaaap. He's happy to take it down, and the Poison is going to take out the Mega Minion and weaken the Tesla Tower, preventing the Tesla Tower from sitting there for the next Expo.
Yeah, the Hog's going to come in here. Ooh,
oh, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, but the Log caught the Ice Spirit, so the Hog might be able to connect for a hit. No, the Log comes down.
And another Expo's coming out, but now he doesn't have Log in hand, so something like Goblins might actually be pretty reasonable because he's not going to be able to log it away. Mega Knight jumps onto the Ice Golem and is going to jump onto the next set of... Oh, never mind, he's just going to walk up.
Yeah, the
Mega Knight down.
Oh, the Ice Golem's right. Oh, the Mega Knight got a hit in.
One swing saved the day there. Because Expo does a lot of damage for its little bit of health, leaving an Expo with just like 400 or 500 health on it as it times out is worth hundreds and hundreds of damage on your opponent's tower. You don't want to take that. Craaaap has a 600 damage lead right now. He's really just got to maintain that and keep getting valuable poisons down on Wings' tower.
Yeah, Poison's going to do 240 over 8-second time, so that's...
4 of them? That's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's 4 in 60 seconds.
So. Oh, the Log hits nothing as the Mega Knight jumps over it. Question is, will it be able to get close enough, or can he get a Hog Rider through right now? I think he might be able to.
Yeah, the Poison just took down the Tesla, so Wings might not have the Tesla back in rotation. He might now. I think, yep, there it is.
Back. But here comes Mega Knight looking to squish these Archers, and it is going to take 2 swings. No, the Ice Golem pushes back a little bit, keeping the Archers alive slightly longer, but the Inferno Dragon survives, and this is going to be a really strong Hog Rider, I think, behind it if it wants to come through. And here it is. It only needs 2 swings. Tesla Tower comes down to block. Ice Spirit freezes it in place. The Inferno Dragon's going to try to melt it down, but again, these two players are so good. They might go to a draw again. We're another 5.5 minutes into the game.
I'm honestly shocked that Craaaap wasn't trying to cycle Poisons earlier, because he had the 60 seconds. He was able to connect with the Hog for 1 hit, and he wasn't playing Poisons onto the tower. He could have been poisoning the tower and the Tesla and trying to keep that, like...
Well, that is our...
Keep that motion. That's the first tie of the day.
That's the first draw of the day. So they go 6 minutes, no victor. Now, it's a good time to update you. Or Wings is hoping to sweep it up and move into the final, or move into the next round of the lower bracket.
Yeah, and that would be a huge, huge boost for either of these players, obviously. So Archers cycle. Bandit coming down from Craaaap this time. Maybe Craaaap might be coming out with Miner. Miner is really good against Expo, so if Wings didn't take the advice of Craaaap saying, hey, don't play Expo, Miner Control is actually going to be a very good matchup against the Expo. So Log's going to come in here, just cycling right now. Both players, again, like you were saying, every tower health, or every tower damage counts, so both players just kind of cycling out here, trying to get as much damage as possible early on.
Craaaap might be playing one of those bridge spammy style decks where he's using Bandit, Battle Ram, and sometimes, oh no! What a whiff! It hits neither the Electro Wizard nor the tower, and that Craaaap knows this is the time to go in. Your opponent just spent Fireball, got nothing for it. He's down a little bit of Elixir. You just have to go in with everything and hope for the best. And it looks like those Archers are, wow. The difference there between, if that Electro Wizard had survived and could just start chipping onto the tower, it would have been a huge advantage there. Overall, I think Wings got out of that pretty well. I mean, yeah, he missed the Fireball, but he only took about 400 damage for that mistake, which isn't crippling. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and he's not that far behind in Elixir now.
No, not at all. And Tesla Tower is going to come down to block that Electro Wizard, and Tesla Tower has really given Craaaap fits so far in this matchup. It's good against Hog Rider. It's been really stopping a whole lot of different stuff.
Yeah, when Craaaap saw the Tesla, he was like, dude, playing Expo again? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with the Music Master strategy. Play it till you lose with it. There's like no reason just to switch decks if you think your opponent can't do anything about it.
That was a beautiful Fireball. Knocked the Bandit back from its charge and made it lock onto the Ice Golem and took down the minions. But the Miner did get a little bit of chip damage in there. So it is going to be Miner Poison versus Expo. And Miner Poison should win this matchup if Craaaap plays it correctly and is able to defend. He's going to need to have a tank unit, though, to tank the Expo.
So here's why the Tesla Tower is coming out early in the middle here. Because when Wings plays Expo, which is the last card in his deck, what Craaaap should do is poison the tower and the Expo and then drop the Miner behind the Expo to turn it around and also get some damage onto it. But if you have the Tesla Tower sitting there, it's a little easier to for the Tesla Tower to chip in and start dealing some damage to the Miner and take it out quickly.
Yeah, so here comes the Poison onto the Tesla and Expo, and that Mega Knight is just tanking Expo. One bolt gets away, clips onto that tower.
The Poison, though, does largely take out the Mega Minion and the Tesla Tower, leaving the Miner free. Miner's played just outside the range of the Tesla Tower, starts getting a lot of damage over there, bringing it down to nearly triple digits.
Yes, Expo's going to lock on to the Goblins. Log comes down, but not before the Mega Knight gets in there for the action.
Oh, the Bandit charged across, and now it's getting some damage onto the Tesla Tower as well. The Poison's going to finish it off while the Mega Knight finishes off the Expo. And once again, we are kind of looking like, it's obviously we've got a long way to go, 3 more minutes of overtime, but they are once again playing to draw levels of gameplay. Yeah. Oh, the Ice Spirit goes down.
The Log actually knocked the Bandit back when it was charging, so it actually got the charge onto the Ice Spirit and then was able to charge to one of the archers.
Oh, wild. So here comes the Mega Minion getting caught up, and now, oh, once again, Expo comes down. Electro Wizard's going in the wrong lane. The Ice, or the Mega Knight lands just in time, and he's about to leap onto, I think, both. No, he only hits the Tesla Tower, and then Poison comes down to further weaken the Expo. I'm surprised he didn't play that Poison onto the defensive tower as well, but I guess he really needed to hit the Tesla.
Yeah, he needed to make sure that went down. Ice Spirit Mega Minion to come down to defend this Miner. Goblins might be able to sneak in a little bit of damage. No, Mega Minion's going to be able to clean it out.
One hits Minions, one hits Goblins. Craaaap has a lot of cards in his deck where Mega Minion matches up really well. But credit to Craaaap, he's cycling logs when he can. He's only 2 poisons away from winning this game. He just needs to make sure that it's not a repeat of last game where you lose to a random Expo right near the end when you had a damage hit.
Yeah, I think Craap's deck choice in this match was absolutely phenomenal. Miner's going to be able to lock in onto the tower. Unfortunate placement, though, because the opposite tower was able to chip away at the Miner as well. So not as much damage onto the right-hand side, but that is Poison Log away for Craaaap.
So he's just trying to get cycled through his cards really quickly, though there's the Poison, a Log's coming out, and even though this Expo is going to lock onto the tower and start doing a ton of damage really quickly, I think the Log is going to win the race and take the game for Craaaap, tying it up 1-1.
Yeah, so Craaaap, I think that maybe that was a mind game when he asked Wings not to play the Expo again.
So here we are, game 4, but the final game of this match. Even if we go to another 6-minute draw between these players, we will have a winner of this matchup.
Yep, because it will go down to the lowest health.
So we'll see.
Because there was already a tiebreaker.
And Wings has decided to switch it up. He's not going to get caught again. And this time, Mini P.E.K.K.A. is coming down to intercept that Hog Rider. Now, I think Craaaap and Wings might be playing very similar decks. I think they might both be playing Mini P.E.K.K.A. Hog Rider.
They might be playing the exact same deck here. So far, so...
Well, we said we wanted a mirror match. We just didn't know which one we were going to get. Look at those 2 bats there locked onto Wings' bottom left tower. Craaaap and Wings
so much damage.
And they're so narrow. Look at that. 1936 against 1931. Only 5 health between them.
Mini P.E.K.K.A. gets a shot in there on the right-hand side.
And Craaaap gives a little grin. He's like, all right, nice play. Good. Well played.
You're lucky.
Nice trick. The Log's going to come down, rolling it over.
Both of these players' last cards is most likely Rocket.
Okay. So they're both playing Hog Rocket, Mini P.E.K.K.A. Princess. Well, so we have, yeah, an exact card-for-card mirror match between 2 players who respect each other very much, but gosh, they really want to win and move on to the fall finals.
Yeah, we asked for a 3 Musketeer mirror matchup. We didn't get that, but...
Woo! That is a rocket. That's a very valuable rocket for Wings right there. He just took out 8 to 9 elixir worth of troops for only 6. They gave him a little bit of an advantage, and hopefully he can turn that around into a counterattack.
Yeah, the Ice Spirit's going to get chip damage on the left, but the Princess for Wings is going to get 2, maybe 3 shot. No, the bats came down.
You can see how much they're kind of outthinking each other. Craaaap played the Princess to kill Wings' Princess. Wings logged it so his Princess would stay alive. Craaaap played the bats to finish off the Princess. Like, they are both thinking like chess players 2 to 3 steps ahead of each other. They're not just reacting, but rather trying to learn each other's patterns and, you know, basically get ahead of the other person's next move.
Let's see if this Mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to fall. I don't know if he needed that log. I think it was a safety measure.
Good game, says Craaaap. He feels like Wings, that one big advantage is all the difference in the game.
That is rocket range.
That is within range rocket. So Craap's top left, or top right tower is essentially dead. So Craaaap either needs to start pushing down the left side and take this, or hope for the best. Going for a rocket play. And he missed the rocket after all that, I think.
No, I think he thought the Mini P.E.K.K.A. was coming down on defense, so he went to rocket the Mini P.E.K.K.A., but only the bats came down on the defense, so he ended up spending 6 elixir to counter 2, and 1 bat stayed alive. And
when you're down like that, it's definitely one of those things where you just have to kind of go for a high-risk, high-reward play to turn it around. Didn't quite work out for him. 15 seconds left. I think Craaaap is just a little bit away from being the first eliminated player in the fall finals as he dropped his round 1 game, and he's dropping round 2 against Wings. Wings is going to win this matchup 2-1 and advance into the next round. After that, lost to B-Rad, bounces back. A big exhale for Wings. He knows he didn't want to go home this early.